Good day everyone and welcome back to Nurses Lecture Room YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as the Nurse with the Difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for students. Yesterday we talked about question 1 of the May 2021 past question, and today we are going to be talking about the question 2. We are going to be analyzing how you are expected to draw your diagrams, the marks allocated to it, if you draw it this way, if you draw it that way, and the points allocated to your labeling. But before we go into details, if you are new on our YouTube channel, please kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so you don't miss out in any of our videos. Let's go there. Alright, welcome back. Like I earlier said, today we are going to be analyzing the question 2 of May 2021 past question. That's paper 1. So the question is, Mr. Bala, a 40-year-old, is admitted into the main medical ward with a diagnosis of pancreatitis. Before I go into the question proper, I like analyzing my question. So the first thing is, what is pancreatitis? You might enter the hall and don't have idea of what pancreatitis is, but as far there is an inflammation, itis, it's already telling you that a structure in the body is inflamed, which is the pancreas. A structure in the body is inflamed, which is the pancreas. For example, you are a student in the exam or you've not heard about pancreatitis, so you'll be thinking, oh, there is no way I can solve this nursing diagnosis. Oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? The fact is, anything inflammation, I'll always tell my students, there are three basically signs and symptoms associated with it. The first is usually hyperthermia. The second is usually acute pain. And the third I usually write is anxiety. But looking at this, pancreatitis is from the digestive system. So you are going to be having acute pain, you are going to be having hyperthermia, and you are going to be having imbalanced nutrition, less than body requirements. But let's go into the question proper. The first question says, with the aid of a well large labeled diagram, describe the structure of the pancreas. Diagram is 1 mark, labeling 1 mark, description is 3 mark. Let's talk about the diagram. Most times when we're asked to draw the particular diagram, we just draw it very small, like quarter of the page. Who are you managing this foolscap sheet for? See, let me tell you, the bigger your diagram, the better for you. So if you can use that's half of the page, or 3/4, like full page, it's good for you, because half or 3/4 of that page gives you half mark when you draw your diagram. Okay, so it is advisable you draw it as large as possible as you can, because the larger the better, because small minute diagram you might not get the necessary mark for your score, and diagram is only 1 mark. So most times I advise my students not to crack their head, oh, how am I going to draw, how am I going to draw, start practicing how to draw. I'm not a very good artist, so I try as much as possible the understanding of the structure I have, I drop it out as diagram and I make it as big as possible. Then in terms of the labeling is 1 mark. The fact is it a fact? Is it a fact? Okay. In terms of the labeling, most times each point you label is actually quarter mark. So if you are able to give 4, they give you 1 full mark. Most times it's quarter mark, but sometimes when the structure is big, they expect you to label more. Maybe it will be 1/6, but most times it's quarter mark for 1 point when labeling. So if you are able to give 4 on your diagram, you are good to go, but you can give more than 4 if you have the basic knowledge of that structure proper. Then the other one is description. In terms of description is 3 marks. Most people will, like, for me, they'll say it's compulsory you give the blood supply, the venous supply, the this, the that, and that. The fact is, when you are able to give at least 6 correct points in terms of the description of a structure, you are likely going to get your 3 marks. When you give like 6 correct, when I mean correct points, or when describing a structure, you are likely going to get your complete 3 marks, and nobody's going to take that for you, even if you don't write the venous drainage, the arterial supply, or the blood supply, because a good description, 1 mark goes for that. So if you're able to give it, give. But if you can add more onto the fact that you know a lot about that particular structure. Nobody is stopping you. For those that just write 6 and like, oh, I didn't describe well, oh, that person's script is full, they calm it down. They just need like 6 points to actually give you your 3 marks. So that's for the diagram of pancreas. For those that know pancreas, the pancreas has both an endocrine function and an exocrine function. It is very, very close to the stomach, like very, very close to the stomach. It is a pear-shaped organ. I call it a pear-shaped organ. So you can actually check about the diagram of the a proper description of the pancreas on our group chat. We have a voice note for it, but I think I should just give you some insights about this pancreas. I think I have something here for you about the pancreas. The pancreas is a tubulo-alveolar, spongy, pale green organ with both endocrine and digestive function. Did I say endocrine? Yeah, both endocrine and digestive function. So the pancreas is located behind the stomach in the upper parts of the abdomen. Then the size, it is about 6 to 10 inches long. I'll be dropping the 9 abdominal regions for you to see on the board. I'll make a video on that, on the 9 abdominal regions, so you know the various regions in the body. Then in terms of the shape, it is a shape like a flat spear, I said that, or a fish extended horizontally along the abdomen. You can read about the structure proper, you can read about the function, but let me talk about the function. Exocrine function that helps in digestion, such as it releases pancreatic enzyme, trypsin, chymotrypsin, and also endocrine function that helps to regulate your blood sugar level, such as your insulin and your, is it glucagon now? Yeah, glucagon. Yeah, so that's for pancreas. You can read more about the pancreas. Then if you don't understand it, chat us up on our Telegram group. We have a voice note that explains the structure pancreas in full. Then the other question says, list 6 possible causes of acute pancreatitis. List 6 possible causes of acute pancreatitis. In terms of pancreatitis, one of the major causes of pancreatitis is excessive alcohol consumption. For the alcoholics in the house, please and please try to reduce your alcohol consumption, because one of the major causes of acute pancreatitis is what? Is excessive alcohol consumption. Then biliary tract disease. You know the pancreas is part of the biliary tract. When drawing it, you can see the biliary tract, that's the pancreas. So anything that affects the biliary tract, there's a possibility it's going to affect the pancreas and likely going to lead towards pancreatitis. For example, your gallstone, which is your cholelithiasis. Yeah, cholelithiasis, and also inflammation of the gallbladder, which is cholecystitis. Yeah, those can result in issues with the pancreas. Then autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease, whenever you hear autoimmune, it simply means the body is fighting against itself. Autoimmune diseases, yeah, the body is fighting against itself. So autoimmune disease such as type 1 diabetes can actually result in this pancreatitis. Then metabolic disorders can also result in that. Infection, especially viral infection, MOPS, can also result in that. Abdominal injury, you know the pancreas is at the abdomen, so if there is an injury to the abdomen, there's a trauma to the abdomen where the pancreas is located, it can lead to what? Pancreatitis. Then abdominal surgery, you know the pancreas is in the abdomen. Maybe during abdomen something happened during the abdominal surgery, that can come and can lead to pancreatitis. Then we have the peptic ulcer disease, obesity, hyperlipidemia. For those that are fat, you can see obesity, hyperlipidemia, family history of pancreatitis, and also pancreatic cancer can lead to what? Pancreatitis. So that is that for the causes. You are said to list 6. Then the other, my best part in any nursing exam is actually the care plan. Seriously, it's actually the care plan. Here they say develop a nursing care plan to solve 3 nursing diagnoses of Mr. Bala. I love care plans a lot. Like I always tell you, when you know care plans, you know your nursing management, exam will be easy for you. Seriously, you will not even have issues. I'm not joking. That's why I settled down to create a video on the tricks I use on how to solve nursing diagnosis and how to write a care plan. You can watch other videos on care plan. I'll drop it in the description box below. Alright, for example, I don't know what pancreatitis is all about, and I'm seeing itis. What should I think of? See, me, Messi Mary, I cannot leave my book blank, and all my students know the rules in our group. We don't leave our book blank when it comes to the exam hall. So having a situation like pancreatitis now, the first thing is hyperthermia. Yes, hyperthermia related to the activation of the thermoregulatory center of the brain, evidenced by temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. That is already what a diagnosis. You're in the exam hall, you don't know. You know pain is associated with inflammation. So you can say acute pain related to disease process, or you can say acute pain related to the inflammation of the pancreas, or acute pain related to peritoneal irritation, evidenced by what? Patient's verbalization. Because as the pancreas is inflamed, it's getting swelling, the peritoneum will be irritated. Oh, what's pressing me? What's pressing me? Again, that can lead to pain that the patient is like, oh, I'm feeling pain. Oh, there's pain. Patient with pancreatitis usually complain of severe pain. So evidenced by what? Patient's verbalization. And for those that have watched our video on when we are talking about digestive system, common diagnosis in digestive system, we said there's imbalanced nutrition, because anything that alters what you eat can make you not to eat properly. So we can say imbalanced nutrition, less than body requirement, related to anorexia, evidenced by weight loss. But the terms you don't know that imbalanced nutrition, just put acute pain, hyperthermia, and anxiety, and you are good to go. So, do you understand this question too now? Answer me now. I'm serious. Do you understand the question too now? So that is that for the question 2 of May 2021 past question. I actually hope this video will help you understand how to draw your diagram properly and how to how to answer your question. Let me check. Did I answer all questions? Okay, I did this. Courses, we said it. Oh. You see? It's good to check properly. I didn't talk about C, which is a clinical manifestation of pancreatitis. Okay, let me talk about, like, there's itis now. Since it's itis, the clinical manifestation, you can have hyperthermia, that's fever. You write it down. There is pain. And you're seeing it from here, there's pain. It's related to the digestive system. So you can write anorexia, nausea, vomiting, because it's relating to the digestive system. I don't know if you get now. It's logical. Anorexia, nausea, and vomiting is common with some most disease condition in the digestive system. And now you are not having itis. So you're having pain, you're having fever, the patient will be having anorexia, nausea, vomiting. That's 5 I've already given, just looking at the question. I don't know if you get now. So now let's check for other clinical manifestation. We have nausea, we have vomiting, we have abdominal pain, we have fever, we have hypotension. Normally the pain worsens after eating, especially after eating fatty food. Yes, I've seen a patient like that. There's jaundice, there's anorexia, there's indigestion, there is weight loss, there's pale skin. One thing I want you to take note of is that whenever I see anorexia, nausea, vomiting in a particular clinical manifestation, the next thing that comes to my mind is weight loss. Seriously. So you can add that. They said you should list 6. Let me go over it again. Just look at the logic in it. The question is itis, and it is from digestive system. So that itis is already telling you that there is fever, right? The itis is already telling you that there is pain. Being a digestive system condition, it's already telling you that there is anorexia, nausea, vomiting. Is that not 5? And as far as there is anorexia, there is nausea, there is vomiting, there is going to be what? Weight loss. That's 6 already. I've already given 6 clinical features without having idea, without having full knowledge of what pancreatitis is all about. I hope this video actually help you understand how to tackle questions. We are learning daily. So the more you practice, the more you get used to it. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching our video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. Before I go, for those that have not registered for our classes and our community on Telegram, you have been missing a lot. All you have to do is to send a message to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. There are a lot of things to gain from our Telegram classes. We have voice notes classes on all systems: cardiovascular, respiratory, digestive, all systems, including your research, management, community health. There are voice notes on this group that help you understand nursing proper. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye and see you in our next video.